How's up, everyone? Today, we're going to do a brief little guide on the Mjolnir strike. Now, if you hadn't set up your defenses already, you can still do it now, despite the fact that we're already past the brace phase. One of the things that I want to emphasize, though, is to make sure that you don't build or upgrade these buildings quite yet. You should focus on saving up your shields so that you could buy each and every one of these buildings for 100 apiece. That way, when they come back on rotation, like this Muspel Pyre, you have 4 to all stats. You really don't want to upgrade any buildings yet. That is a common mistake that people make, and if they run out of these shields and one of these buildings come on rotations, you're going to be in trouble. Alright, so let's go into the map. This time I'm going to run with this team with 732 points. Do my best! So as you may or may not know, each column of shared units have shared BST. So whoever has the highest BST on their team will give more points for that column. Honestly, I probably should have changed things up a little bit, but it's my 6 paths team, so it's okay. Now, in these three roles, whoever units is in here is basically safe from being attacked, but that doesn't mean that the enemy won't retaliate. So you want to make sure that you use a character such as the Dark Overlord Elise, who can negate such a thing. Dark Overlord Elise is also very good at this kind of situation because she does splash damage. Now, of course, we can still do the same thing with Nino. Why don't we go ahead and just attack the evil Narcian with Do my best! Do my best! Do my best! Ooh, the opening blow has been done by the Dark Emperor Nino herself. Alright, now let's go and set up the evil healers. As you can see, the others just ignored the Dark Emperor Nino and attacked Lolly Latches. Don't buy Clarine goes and heals the evil long neck monster. Okay, now reinforcements have arrived. It seems like we're dealing with primarily binding blade foes. So with this setup, the Sheep Path will blast Xian to death, and she actually has the speed, 43 speed with this setup. Meanwhile, the evil Hell Empress Eureka will spread her evil buffs over here, using the power of her Joyous Lantern. And of course, if I need additional stats, I can tap on this heroic banner, and all of a sudden, I will have stats beyond stats. Why don't we activate it now, since Lolly Latches is going to be fighting a large group of foes. Now, Lolly Latches has the power of the evil bonus doubler on top of what she already has. So now, in terms of defense, she's going to obliterate quite a number of things. In my opinion, classes like the 6 Paths of Pain Plus is very, very powerful with regards to taking out large groups of enemies like this. Because every time they attack, they do AoE damage. Meanwhile, the Dark Emperor Nino does chunks of damage as well. Why? Because she also has 62 attack. 56. I have planned out my team to all have the same attack. And as you can see, now the evil Hell Puppeteer Eureka can remotely control the entire team and grant them the power they need to devastate the enemy team. Now, I did this in the test defense screen, but it seems that these opponents are much stronger. Not that it matters, because the 6 Paths of Pain Plus will kill them all anyway. Ooh, the evil long-necked monster, Sophia. Rains down darkness at the evil, the sheep monster. But it doesn't do much. Now, take a ride with Lolly Latches, backed up by the evil nun, the evil nun? I don't know. That's what I call Demon Maria. I think I need to give her back her horns. But the nun hat is actually really good. Alright, and now the Dark Emperor Nino will unleash her ultimate final technique, Hell Blast! Hell Blast initiates tons of AoE damage to the enemy team. And now the Dark Emperor Nino will take out the Feng. Meanwhile, the Dark Overlord Elise just jumps up and down as if she's crazed. Honestly, I should have paired Lolly Latches with Nana, but well, I wasn't thinking about it then. And now, the evil Roy makes his appearance. Not that it matters. Let's go take out the fear. Build up Hell Blast, and then also dishing out some savage blow, like the movie. So they look like a church just now. It's like the Nun Maria, and then there's Pope Latches. It's actually pretty Soviet. Let us heal for the Soviet people. Batre will die an extremely painful death. You know, Jenny and Nana matches too with their wing headgears. It works out. Alright, it's almost 3 turns, and the banner has refreshed itself. So if I need additional stats, I can get this additional stats. So what this banner does when you upgrade it is that it increases area of influence. Though, like I said before, you don't want to upgrade any buildings yet. You want to wait a little bit. Okay, now. Do my best! Will unleash her ultimate final technique, Hell Blast!
Do my best!
And do my best! Do my best! The do my best cult just keeps saying the evil words. Their evil chants. Alright, the Sheep Church and then the Lolly Church are done doing what they need to do, and we enter. The enemy will get the reinforcements, but let's watch as the bullfighter kills himself at the presence of Lolly Latches. So another unit that I think would be really good for these 3 would be a Gale Force user. Someone who can just kill and then kill again. Now, since these enemies do retaliate, I think that the best kind of Gale Force users would be the likes of, say, someone who uses something like Fire Sweep weapons or something like that. Although, in doing so, you might not be able to proc Gale Force each time. But unless you have some way of healing each turn, eventually you're going to wear yourself out to death. Now, Lolly Latches will attack the Axe Fighter and take him out. Though I am thinking about building a Gale Force fighter for the top roll. But otherwise, though, like Nino or the Dark Overlord Elise is perfect for this. They can just keep doing what they do. AoE the hell out of the enemy, and then be done with it. Then the enemies will be shipped with like half their health to deal with whatever our defenses are down here. Rasengan Bladestorm! A Blue Cavalier dies an extremely painful death. Lance Fighter. Watch as the sheep murderous, and lance fighter.
Brisk.
And meanwhile, the evil
Are you well?
hell puppeteer Eureka will continue to heal like this. She just needs to provide stats and move left and right to use her physic on either Nino or Jenny or Lachesis, and then it's done. So these opponents, they don't even bother walking past. They mostly march to their own slaughter. And now with this, I've just gained a max point of 732, which is not all that much. So if I were to use my defense team, I would probably use my Eternity team, which has not that much points actually. Oh, shoot. So how to find out how many points your team can get? You just go to test defenses, and you can see that you can get, I can get 742 points. Not a major improvement, but you take what you can get in this life. So with this one set up, like I said earlier, the higher BST will give you more points. Solthis gives me BST. This devoted monster gives me BST because my Lucina is only 40 plus 4. My evil God Byleth gives me BST. And then finally, Joseph Harden give me BST. Each column, you want to make sure that you have a subunit that gives more BST to try to squeeze as much points as you can get. Unfortunately though, I did not wail hard enough, so I could only generate 742 points. Maybe one day when they decided, if I really want to spend money, I probably will still just spend it on toys. But I digress. Let us continue. So, this being a dark season, well, light and dark season, if I have a better light unit, I would use them. But since I don't, I will just use what I can get. Your BST points will increase though, based on number of merges. So ideally, you want to build up a nice light or dark unit, or Astro and Anima, or whatever. So anyway, I switch over to my Eternity team. So-called Eternity because they have massive amount of defenses that'll allow them to fight forever.
Of course.
Alright, now then, why don't we start things off by having the evil Hell Empress Eureka go and just move back a little bit.
So be it.
Soviet. We get Bob on Roy, and then that's it.
Understood.
Now, we're gonna have Lucina stand here.
For you.
We're gonna have a bike stand here, and we have God Byleth move over here. God Byleth and his 61 speed. Deplorable. Alright, now. God Byleth will absorb this. Oh, now he's dead. Okay,
Of course.
now the Hell Empress Eureka will block things off here
Your orders.
to protect Lucina from getting attacked
What now?
by building a human wall using God Byleth
Understood.
and the bike. We can still provide
Next.
our evil defenses from the Gear Skugel. We can use Drive Res to increase their otherwise mediocre resistance. Although in this case, holy shit, what happened? What did I do to my bike? My bike has like nearly the same defense and resistance as this defense. That's deplorable. Jesus Christ, I didn't even know I did that.
Let's move.
Oh, I know why I did that. I slapped this on. But later I probably will change that. But that's actually pretty considerable, considering that God Byleth doesn't have as much. So this is a similar setup. I made sure that these guys have the same attack score so that they can share buffs without me using tactics. Because tactics, well, obviously, the buffer has to stay within 2 range. And Lucina has some really strong drive skills, but unfortunately, she can't use tactics because we have too many infantry units. Alright, now we're just gonna keep standing here. We're, in fact, not going to ever move. This is the power of my Eternity build. Guided by the power of Joseph Harden. the evil Hell Empress Eureka Blast. Don't bite clearing to death. Now we're gonna end turn again, because the enemies will always attack you. They do not do anything else but attack you. If you give them an opening, they will slip through, but due to the fact that this map is so so incredibly narrow, the enemy will have no choice but to attack you. The evil Softus wearing sunglasses watches as the bike destroys that, and then Xian kills. And look, there's Softus just watching with their shades as the bike drives over the Batre. Aether just constantly being procced. Alright, now we're just gonna... So I set things up like this. I normally, you know, for lore purposes, I might have given the evil Softus to Byleth, but you want to make sure that these guys can back each other up. I have the evil Raven to run people over if need be. Now Eureka's role for this kind of setup is that, oh yeah, I'm just gonna buff, but if I can occasionally attack, I will do this. Meanwhile, we'll just stand here and do nothing, because you can, as you've seen earlier, you don't have to actually kill every one of them. You just gotta make sure nobody dies, and that's pretty easy to achieve as long as you have the proper set of defenses. Sophia, when she attacks, decides to grow boobs. I don't know how she does it. You normally can't see it, but now when she attacks, it just appears. How is that possible? I do not know.
Of course.
Alright, so I will attack the thief this time, because I don't want to take too much residue damage. Bing! Alright, now I'm just gonna stand here and do nothing, because I've got my gear school goal giving out 6 resistance, and then the lance itself gives another 3, so 9 resistance. So all their weaknesses to resistance have been covered, and their powerful defenses will hold them off for an eternity. That is why this setup is called Eternity. They could come at me for like 13 turns, 20 turns, 100 turns. These guys will continually survive any assault. It may seem like Byleth will die, but as you've already seen earlier, God Byleth! Even if he were to die in battle, he will just regenerate. Thanks to the power of the Big Gatista. The Big Gatista. The Fae fires Hyper Beam at the bike just poop, poop. And now Fae is dead while Sulfur's watches. Disgusting. I don't think bike will ever go down, despite the fact that you know, WTA is not exactly working in his favor. Anyway, but I can always just swap over to Raven if I really need to take down someone. This, I just hide Raven to take down strong blues. Take him out. This, what now? We watch as this thing kill, then we swap back, and everything is okay again. Oh, you need heals? No problem. That's why we have the Soviet healing from the evil Hell Puppeteer Eureka. Alright, now we're just gonna once again enter. Oh, but wait, I can actually get attacked this time. I should have probably watched that. It's okay, it's okay. Yeah, I didn't even pay attention to my danger zone. But as you saw just now, these guys are just gonna constantly attack me. They're not gonna try to even bother walking through me. But if you really want to control where the enemy goes, then you can also just slap on Obstruct. Obstruct on this is probably the best. I mean, I shouldn't even have given her this Fortress Death Seal, but I don't want to take it off and change it to something else at this point. But if I were to have Obstruct, well, then these two rolls will be tougher to get through. They'll have to actually walk next to Eureka before they can do that. Alright, so now, Lucina's in danger. Oh, that's okay, that doesn't really matter. I'll just chop chop. Yep. Lucina is still in danger. But that doesn't really matter because she actually has a decent amount of defense. And now, Hell Puppeteers will just heal and then everything is just fine again. Of course, this green cavalry can still come this way, so perhaps we won't babysit this one. Oh, now we have to put up with Cecilia since I moved. You know what? Because I highly doubt I will die. The 6 paths of Pain Plus is scarier, but I would much prefer that I get more points. Then we can screw around with whatever defenses as we want. But I did 6 paths first because, you know, they're far more destructive than this more turtling technique. Honestly, this mode is quite easy, I have to say. You just do this shit non-stop, and everything is done. Just end turn. They're dead. You don't even have to kill them all. You get the max score as long as you make sure you defend, and that's it. That's all there is to this. Now, my score of 742, I don't know how far that'll get me, but currently, it will bring me to tier 4 with 16 toilet papers. I don't have no idea what these holy orders or whatever they're called do quite just yet. But unfortunately, this stupid mode is just about, oh yeah, hey, what's my unit's BST? Oh, do I have like a built-up mystic unit? Yes, no, maybe. Though things will change eventually. Currently, I mean, the army is led by Xian. Now, unless you're Hector, you should be okay. Later on, they'll probably send in stronger generals with stronger units. Especially now, right now, we're only in the beginning of tier 1. So things may change down the line. But just have like some kind of stupid defenses set up and have strong BST unit as backup and you'll be just fine. I seriously recommend 6 paths though. 6 paths is so scary. Turtling is also scary, but I mean, you kill so many people with 6 paths of Pain Plus. But anyway, that's about it with our little demonstration of Mjolnir's strike. I was gonna do it before with these test defense units, but it turns out that these test defense units are like really flimsy. These guys that we just fought is a lot more interesting. I mean, they have names and such. These guys, what do they have? They have a whole bunch of nothing. Well, Eureka still has some problem taking them out, but that's also because she's using the stupid fortress defense. But yeah, that's basically it. Just set up a defense line. These guys don't walk past you if you're within their aggro range, and everything is fine. No problem. No problem at all. Alright, so that's about it for today's episode of Mjolnir's Strike. Perhaps next time we will fight stronger opponents and we will brace ourselves against tougher foes. Let us see when that time comes. And let us see what these stupid toilet papers do. Of course, we also have to deal with the counter phase. And a counter phase is kind of stupid. It's honestly not even worth talking about. It's just like Voting Gauntlet. Ugh, I hate the Counter-Strike. Oh my god, the Counter-Strike is so dumb. It's like the dumbest face in the game. I don't even know why they decided to add that shit in the game. But, I mean, it could be a system where you test your greed. I hope that's not going to be the case, because there are times where we lose, like, a match that we should have won, but we end up losing because of multipliers. We screwed up. I don't know if that's gonna be the case, but let me see. Rewards are scored in tight and Asker levels. So what may end up happening is that we're gonna try and aim for higher Asker levels and end up I don't know, screwing things up. I think we should just stay focused and attack Xian as we go, and just not do anything stupid and screw everything up. What are my standings? Oh, maybe I can even see. Oh, yeah, I can see other people. Well, let's see what the highest are. Currently, oh, holy shit, 784. Yeah, well, fuck that. I ain't gonna build 784 right now. Speaking of 784, or 776, leaves are very useful for the top roll, thanks to that stupid Gale Force range attack. Now he can use Savage Blow as his C slot, and he can blow people while killing them. Of course, you know, that would mean you have a leaf, and I don't have a leaf because he's a little expensive. But yeah, 784. This mode does not take much. We just need to, get more points. Oh boy, I'm so tough. Look at me, guys. I spent so much money on this game. I have 784 points. Oh, but wait, you know what? I think these guys with 776 points is a lot more. They're a lot more admirable. They decide to stick to their game and get 776 points rather than 784, which doesn't mean anything. But 776 means a lot of things. Alright, so yeah, that's basically it. Try to get your scores up. Oh boy, this mode's so much fun. Let's see how my friends are doing. 9S of 756. Yeah. I have 742. Hey, look at Ember Ball from player 738. Yeah. I think where I am, I will probably be okay with regards to my rewards. Let's see. Yeah, look at this. Rank 1 to 14,000. Oh, boy, I'll be just fine. Even if not, I mean, I would still get 12 toilet papers. Listen, toilet papers are very important. I don't know what they do, but if I find myself in a horrible situation where I go to the bathroom without toilet papers, I will not have a good day. So that's about it for today. For good this time. I thank you.